Hey everybody, it's the Uneducation of a Nation, and I'm here to uneducate you. That's right, I want to take the Jew out of the education. Folks, listen, what I want to talk about is addictions, okay? And mainly gambling addictions, okay? And the reason I'm going to tell you about gambling, because gambling is the worst addiction out of all of them, okay? Because see, gambling is a 24-hour addiction, okay? It never stops, okay? Like I said, with drugs, you could get sick. With alcohol, you get sick, you stop. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, there's, at the most you're going to spend is $100, okay? I don't believe. With drugs, you can get high off at $50, okay? But with gambling, it's a non-stop thing and you don't stop, okay? It's every day, all day, 365 days a year. You understand that? And the thing is, now, see, before you'd have to go to certain places to do it, unless you have, bookies and you wanted to do it illegally. But now it's everywhere, okay? They have them down in the stores. You can go to the local store and you'll play those scratchers and all that other garbage. And why I'm bringing this up is because every time I go now to these stores, all you see is these old people. And of course, you have all the young ones and the housewives or the just regular women, even working women. Actually, I don't see that many working women do it, but mainly a lot of the housewives and all these older people who don't work anymore, all they do is take their Social Security checks and they lose it gambling on those scratchers, okay? And see, this is how they get us. I told you, if you see my videos, I told you they bring everything to us in small amounts, and they tell you it was for something good. See, when they brought out those scratchers, they told you it was going to our schools. It was for the schools, they said, okay? And you know what I think about the schools, right? You get what I'm saying? Because that's all it is a place to, indoctrinate us into believing they're garbage, okay? But anyway, so they said it was for our schools, and the scratchers were $1 and $2 scratchers back then. And then they had a $3 scratcher, and then it went to $5, then it went to $10, then it went to $20, then it went to $30. And some places have $50 scratchers, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a $100 scratcher out there somewhere. But I know for a fact, down the street from me, there's a $30 scratchers, okay? So my point to you is that, can you imagine, folks, if you buy 10 of those scratchers, that's $300, right? I mean, that's half someone's Social Security check if you just bought 10 of those. And you think that it's out of the question? I know people who bought the whole roll, okay? That cost them $600. Do you understand that? To buy that whole roll. And they do it. And they lose all their freaking money every time, okay? And like I told you, I know about gambling because I've done it. So I know how sickening and how addicting it is, okay? And it's just like everything. Everybody is, we are all prone to addiction. You get what I'm saying? And some people are addicted to stuff that is good for them, and some people are addicted to stuff that is bad for them. And that's how they get us. They get us no matter what. Because if you're addicted to something good, it's still going to cost you money. You get what I'm saying? If you're addicted to reading, you're going to buy books. You get what I'm saying? It's just my point. If you're addicted to shopping, you're going to buy clothes, and you're going to look good, but it's going to cost you a fortune. But at least you get something out of it. But with gambling, you get nothing but wasting your time and your energy and giving you headaches and stressing you out and wondering where you're going to get your next dollar to feed your children. Okay? That's what gambling does. Okay? And of course, drugs and alcohol are just as bad. I'm not saying that, but they're not worse than gambling. The gambling is the worst disease ever, okay? And worst addiction, okay? And look at the word addiction. It's got the word dick in it. I like that. See, that tells me right there that those bitches invented it. You understand? Those bagel biters invented all that addictions is because, I told you, they are the spawns of Satan. And those bagel biters are a bunch of butt pluggers, okay? Who love the dick. You understand that? Anyway, my point is that how is this legal, folks? Can you please explain to me how this is legal? Where you could go to your local store and buy it and I mean, do you understand? See, they're going to tell you, oh, this is freedom. See, I told you, this is how they get us. By saying, oh, it's about freedom. You believe in freedom, don't you? Yes, bitches. Yes, we believe in freedom, but not something that's going to harm us. Do you understand that, man? It's like serving junk food to us 24 hours a day, okay? Do you get what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to, for other people who are saying it's about freedom? No, I'm going to ask you this. What about junk food now? Okay, now that you know how junk food is bad for you, wouldn't you have rather they never gave it to you instead of saying, oh, you're talking about freedom? Of course we believe in freedom, okay? But we have freedom to want to live like normal people too, okay? Not to be destroyed internally and externally, you understand? And that is what they're doing. They're destroying your soul from inside and out, you understand? And like I said, folks, it's all about keeping us occupied. Do you understand that? That's what it's all about. That's what this television does and all that. I told you, it's all a Trojan horse, all this stuff. It is to destroy your mind and to keep you from thinking clearly. Because if you thought clearly, you would bring down this government in a second. You understand that? They wouldn't last a minute. Do you get what I'm saying? The only reason they have the power that they do is because we're occupied. Our brains are 24 hours a day occupied with nonsense. If it's not sex, it's about gambling. If it's not gambling, it's about drugs. If it's not drugs, it's alcohol. Do you understand? They have an addiction for for everything. And they want to keep us occupied, our brains, 24 hours a day. That's why they do these gossip shows. And that's why they do all these entertainment shows. That way when you're bored, you don't think. Because that's the last thing they want you to do is think. They'd rather you go and do something like watch TV or listen to music or do drugs or gamble or alcohol. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because like I told you, a clear mind is something that's very dangerous to them, folks. And like I told you, the bagel biters are the spawns of Satan.